There is war in the world of ants, and we're not talking about the usual wars for food or territory. This one is different. Hi, it's me, and this is my channel, and this is Ant War. It's a conflict between two ant species that live in the same area, but they don't get along. The Hodgson's ants are the aggressors. These ants are some of the largest in the world. Some species can be over 3 centimeters long. Hodgson's ants usually win because there are so many of them, but the fighting is fierce and the casualties can be high. The army ants were getting reinforcements, and not just any reinforcements, soldiers from another species. That is exactly what happened when a colony of leafcutter ants was under attack by a group of Hodgson's ants. A few bullet ants were nearby and decided to intervene. The Hodgson's ants didn't stand a chance. The bullet ants quickly overwhelmed them and drove them away from the leafcutter ant colony. The Epirmentis militaris is known as the green bullet ant because of its color and the shape of its abdomen. This has been my channel. If you want to learn more about ant wars, check out the resources in the description. And thank you for watching. For example, in South Africa, there's a beetle that lives among the ants of the genus Phyto. The beetle larvae hang out in the ants' nurseries and eat their eggs, and the ants protect the beetles from predators. Like the other ants involved in the ant wars, they are highly aggressive and territorial. But unlike the other ants, they're also incredibly fast. It is possible that the leafcutter ants have the upper hand now that they have the bullet ants on their side. Battles have been witnessed in the field and documented by scientists since the 1970s. But there have been periods of peace, like after heavy rains when the ants have to spend more time searching for food than fighting each other. But now the war has returned, and it is more intense than ever because there is a new player on the field. In fact, the bullet ants might even turn the ant wars into a three-way war because they have their own beef with the Hodgson's ants. In some cases, the bullet ants win. In others, the Hodgson's ants win. But in the end, everyone loses because both sides suffer heavy casualties, and that means there are fewer ants of all species available to fight another day. They can run up to 168 body lengths per second. To put that in perspective, Usain Bolt can run at about 14 meters per second. So these ants are pretty speedy. Dead ants from both sides often cover the ground around the battle site, and the fighting can be so intense that the ants stop fighting and retreat when a bird flies overhead. And while they're called leafcutters because they cut leaves to feed their fungus farms, they're also fierce fighters. Many species of leafcutter ants have developed strong jaws and pincers to defend themselves against predators and parasites, and they live up to their menacing appearance because these ants are aggressive and territorial, especially when their colony is under attack. They attack leafcutter ant colonies, which are defended by army ants. The Hodgson's ants aren't huge, but they make up for what they lack in size with their ferocity. They're always looking for a fight. If an enemy ant dares to enter their territory, they will attack and kill it. Sometimes they even go to war with other ant species just because they feel like it. And these guys have no mercy. They decapitate their victims, then carry their heads back to their colony as trophies. Their preferred victims are leafcutter ants. When Hodgson's ants go to war with leafcutter ants, it's not uncommon for the battle to last for hours. But recently, scientists noticed that the army ants were winning some battles, and not because they were stronger or more numerous, but because they had help. The bullet ants usually keep to themselves, but if another ant species invades their territory, they will attack. These alliances are unusual, but they're not unheard of in the insect world. Sometimes insects team up with other species to fight a common enemy. So while there might be more battles between Hodgson's ants and leafcutter ants, Hodgson's ants have been waging war for a long time. I'm the host.